So I'm going to talk about everything everywhere all at once. This is a spoiler-free review. I will not give any spoilers because it has just come out, I think, a couple weeks ago, and I just got around to watching it. It just came to my local cinema, so I urge everybody to go watch it. Spoiler, no, not spoiler, but like spoiler for this review. I loved it. I shouldn't have said spoiler there. I love the movie. Let's get into it. So it was directed by Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. Oh God. But they go as Daniels. At the end of the film, it says a film by Daniels. It was made for $25 million. I remember seeing this trailer, and I was super hyped for it. It is on my most anticipated list of 2022, and it definitely lived up to the hype. A very basic synopsis is that it is a multiverse movie starring Michelle Yeoh, Ke Huy Quan, Stephanie Hsu, Jamie Lee Curtis, and James Hong. Those are kind of the five main characters there. But Michelle Yeoh, definitely the protagonist. She is in, I would say, 95% of the entire movie, and she kills it. So, as you can probably tell from the trailer, if you've seen the trailer, it is Michelle Yeoh going about her mundane life of doing taxes and owning a laundry shop. But then this multiversal threat comes into her life, and she must traverse and navigate these many multiverses that she is now exposed to and knows exist. That's pretty much all I want to say. It's a multiverse movie with Michelle Yeoh. It gets super crazy with these different multiverses, as you can see from the trailer again. It's not just slight realistic deviations to the general path that their universe is going off of. There's many different ways that the universes apparently could have gone. With this $25 million budget, you can tell that none of these special effects are like in your face, glaring, and that they're supposed to be taken seriously. They use it very nicely. In general, like a lot of the movie is set in like similar locations. The main crux of the story in the main universe takes place in like just a couple locations. It's a movie that demonstrates that you can do so much with the budget they have. $25 million is a lot, but I think they really stretch it and did a very good job with it. Michelle Yeoh, she carries the movie, and she is incredible. I love Michelle Yeoh. She does a great job at providing this comedy while she's navigating these different multiverses. She's definitely not a perfect protagonist. The conflict with her daughter, and her husband, just the familial conflict that goes on is kind of the core of the movie, and that is kind of why the movie works so well, rather than focusing on the spectacle or the scale or the nihilist themes that go throughout the film, which are kind of like, they're kind of like the supporting cast, the main themes of their family. So the other family members, Ke Huy Quan, I'm probably saying that right, or probably saying that wrong. I don't know why I said right, but he played Short Round, most notably, in Indiana Jones, and apparently he stepped away from acting because as an Asian man, it was difficult for him to get roles. I know he has a martial arts background as well, and he killed it as well. Honestly, every member of this family absolutely killed their role, and I think he might have been my favorite. He kind of plays like that innocent husband, but just like so caring, and in the end he's very much part of the emotional core of the movie. He was incredible. Stephanie Hsu, she as well. She was given a very big task that I think that could have been botched, but she absolutely brought so much confidence to the role. Jamie Lee Curtis, she was in a lot of the marketing of this movie. There were so many moments of her like in the office doing her like tax collector spiel. Jamie Lee Curtis, she was great as well with the role that she was given. She was mainly a comedic role in this. She was great as well. And then the last notable character that I would say is James Hong, who plays the grandpa, and he was great as well. In general, I think that this is the definitive multiverse movie of the oversaturation of multiverse movies that we've had. I think that the way that it explained the multiverse at the beginning of the movie, it kind of does go on for a while, but I think it explains it in a very coherent way and in a way that kind of makes sense to audiences, and that is very satisfying, I think. Because there's so many things with time travel and like multiverses that we're like, oh, but how does this affect this? But the way that it does it here, it's very detailed, but it's very concise at the same time. That's all I'll say about it right now. I was very satisfied with the way that they did the multiverse in this movie. The story is absolutely crazy and exactly what you expect from the filmmakers who made Swiss Army Man. In the end, it does go on for a while, the ending. It is a long movie. The ending conflict goes on for a while, and it's hard to keep track of time when I was watching the movie. I didn't know how much movie had passed. most of the humor in this film, I think, lands. There's definitely some moments that I could definitely see many audiences not resonating with, but in general, I like the craziness kind of humor. I work at a movie theater, and I've had a few people walk out of the movie. Just I don't know why. I didn't really talk to them about it too much, but yeah, a few people walked out of the movie, mostly of the older demographic, maybe because they weren't used to this type of movie. Maybe some people just didn't understand it or wasn't what they expected. It's interesting because you see on Letterboxd, where it's the highest rated movie on Letterboxd as I speak right now, but there still is some decisiveness to some people just think the humor doesn't land. I've definitely seen reviews like that, and I know a few people actually in my life who I talked about, and they actually didn't like the movie. In the end, I loved Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was honestly everything I expected it to be. I had a lot of faith going into this movie for these filmmakers, and they absolutely stuck the landed, and I'm very happy that it's getting all the praise that it is. If you get the chance, go watch it in theaters. Highly, highly recommend. So I gave it a 4.5 on Letterboxd, but for 4.5 for me, it's kind of like, that's like a top tier movie. 5 are probably just like some of my personal favorites, but like it is absolutely top tier, and definitely a must see for 2022.